Good evening. Welcome to ThatOldCarGuy.com, episode 11. So, I've been, gone over a few things, and I've talked about different groups that I'm in, private groups, this and that, on Facebook, or, different other sites that I'm on. Well, today I saw an interesting post, and I just want to talk about it for a couple of minutes. And it says, so your doctor comes in and you find out he's a 480 FICO. Would you still trust him with your health issues? Your doctor's a 480 FICO. Okay. So, now this is on a finance manager's page. Why is the finance manager concerned that the doctor's a 480 FICO? It makes no sense to me. Because I can tell you right now, it took me 3 seconds and I Googled average cost to become a doctor in the United States. The first thing that pops up is the $1 million mistake becoming a doctor. CBS News. How much is 4 years of medical school? $278,455 for private school, $207,866 for public schools. The next line says, plus you lose $800,000 a year in income for the 8 years you become a doctor, because if you're smart enough to become a doctor, you can make $100,000 a year right out of high school. That's why we get in the car business, correct? So my question is, why would the finance manager care what the doctor's credit score is? My reply was, it doesn't matter what his score is, your job is... Actually, my reply was, depends. Could be massive student loan debt, if everything else is paid, then green light. Not enough info to make an informed decision. Plus, in my book, a beacon score doesn't make the person. Never has, never will. I've said this 1,000 times. Why in hell is everybody so worried about the beacon score? The only person that ever asks normally about a beacon score is a salesperson. So a salesperson comes to the desk, you do a credit app, you pull the credit bureau, and the sales manager pulls the credit. The salesperson always says, what's your score, what's your score, what's your score? So sales manager looks up and goes, oh, he's a 720. Salesperson runs back like he's got everything. What if he's a 720 with a one line of credit and a $500 credit card? How many times have all of us seen that? Does that guy qualify for a $55,000 truck or car or a Lexus or whatever? Yeah, if you can trick the computer, some banks, yes, but literally, there's a professional finance manager that is concerned that his doctor has a 480 credit score. Get the damn deal bought. You know you can get proof of income. You know you can get whatever you need. Get the deal bought. You spent 5 minutes to post this on social media to get 87 responses, and 90% of them were, get the deal bought. Listen, social media is a great thing, but I gotta say, sometimes we all get stupid. Who cares? Does a credit score define a person's character? Does it define what they really are in life? One guy had a great response, okay? His response was, a lot of doctors get paid quarterly. And he had a personal physician in the same position. The Medicare had withheld $680,000 worth of payments to the doctor until they got more money. So, does that make the doctor a bad person because he kept treating people? Credit score does not define the customer. It only defines their interest rate. And I'm sure if you sat down with this doctor, I don't care if he's your personal physician or a regular doctor. I've had attorneys that, wanted to read the front and back of the contract. And my wife, who's a paralegal, her attorney that she worked for years ago told me the only attorneys that read the front and back of a contract are attorneys that don't know what they're doing, because they're all standard contracts. So, stop judging people because of what that stupid ass score says on Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. You know the reason that FCA and Chrysler is not in bankruptcy anymore? And God rest his soul, Marcion understood this. Because he found a company, which is Chrysler Capital, which is owned by Santander, that doesn't care what the person's score is. They care about their internal score. You know how many realtors and doctors and lawyers are driving Mercedes with a 480 credit score? About 70% of the people driving Mercedes that are doctors, realtors, or attorneys are below a 600 credit score. Because Mercedes credit goes a lot on income and stability. So why would a finance manager give, excuse my French, two shits in hell what a customer's credit score is? The sales manager is selling the car. The customer is buying the vehicle. The salesperson is bringing the two together. Your job as a finance manager is to get the deal bought. Pick up the phone, call the bank, talk to them. I don't think in my whole career, in 32 years, I've ever had a doctor get turned down. Ever. Because they're never going to lose their job. One guy did say, well, I wouldn't want the guy as my financial advisor. Okay, well, that's fine. But if he's a financial advisor and he's still coming in to buy a car, what's your job? To get the deal approved. Stop worrying about what the guidelines say and go back to the old way of picking up the phone. My actual reply on here was, somebody else posted something else, and my reply was, pick up the phone, call somebody that you know and you have a good relationship with, explain to them the circumstances, and you can roll the car. In the time that this guy took to explain everything on Facebook, he already could have got the deal bought. Instead, he was looking for funny answers and all kinds of crap and a way not to get the deal bought. That's not how this business evolved, and that's not how this business became, and that's not how this business runs. There's two things that they measure their economy on. Well, there's a couple. Well, more than a couple. But the top two are home sales and car sales. You control part of the economy. Stop burning your salespeople out and stop complaining about, oh, I got to get a 480 Beacon bought that's a doctor that makes $600,000 a year. Tell the guy you need 20 grand down. Posting on Facebook about a doctor being a 480 or a 420 score is stupid. That's like, somebody going to hire LeBron James and going, he missed his last 3-pointers. Should we hire him or not? Really? This world has become so much media-based that it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This was posted at 4:36 today. Okay? It's now 7:11 Eastern Time. People are still commenting on it. And the best post of all was from, first initial was C. That's all I can say. For the people who said no, you obviously never had a parent or family member who was a doctor, nurse, etc. My father was an immigrant from a certain country and escaped at 14. Became a neuro doctor and had the first private CAT scan in New York City back in the 70s. He saw the future in imaging. What was an intense man and made sure he had the best education. Because of his intensity of drive, he was always juggling money. for new practices or supporting his 5 kids plus learning how to wire and plumb for a hobby, to say no, they wouldn't trust a doctor with a poor credit has not walked in their shoes. Sorry, but this post and some responses show a lot about the people behind the desk. Don't judge what you don't know. That's my point. $270,000 to become a doctor, plus the $800,000 you lose in income, that's over $1 million. And the best one that I saw out of the whole thing. And kudos to the guy that said it, and you'll know who you are. Let's pull the credit report of every person that commented on this post and see what their average score is. Because I'm telling you guys, stop throwing friggin' stones when you live in a glass house. We've all been in the car business. We've all had problems. Not every person is an 800 beacon. Okay? If it was easy, everybody would do it. All this crap about credit scores is crazy. It's nuts. Just go back to doing what you know how to do. Take the deal, interview the customer, get the deal bought, put the car on the street. It's not rocket science. Quit judging people because of their credit score. Because someday people may judge you because of your credit score. So with that in mind, you all have a great night. Keep selling.